Hi, Will. How's it going today?
Hey, Harrison. Great.
Awesome. Well, Will, I know that, in the office we've been talking a lot about AI, knowledge sharing, and what all this means for, our platform and our solution. I'm just curious, what is this whole ecosystem AI platform that Tidwit is creating?
Well, it's really awesome. The whole company is now behind applying AI on everything that we've got in the ecosystem, everything from, the ingestion part to the governance, orchestration, and all the way to distribution. So it's really going to become pervasive throughout our entire platform. So very, very excited about that innovation that that the entire engineering team and the product team are embarked on at the moment.
Hmm. Absolutely. No, it all sounds extremely exciting. Are you able to share any insights into what that innovation looks like today?
Oh, 100%. Like, for example, I can give you a ton of examples. I'll limit it to a couple. One has to do with, for example, the learning workloads itself. As you know, we have a lot of workloads that sit on top of our ecosystem architecture, and learning is one of the key workloads that we work on with our customers. And so some of our customers are starting to apply AI within that learning, workload and ecosystemizing it. So what does that mean? What that means is now, for example, organizations that have AI within their ecosystem, they can apply, for example, they can have agents that they can ask questions about the courseware that they need to take, what learning paths, how they get a certification, a lot of questions around the how to, but also some questions in terms of like the teacher assistant. So if you have a teacher assistant, now you start delving into the content. You can basically start asking questions about the courseware and all that kind of stuff. So that's on one side of things. There's other sides of AI that we're also doing, which is having, for example, agents that can support organizations, be it sales material, technical material, any kind of material that kind of go back into the ecosystem and search whatever curated content they've got and deliver the best results. Those results are usually way more effective and much more accurate with very little hallucination type problems, simply because you're limiting them to whatever exists within the ecosystem. So it's really, really exciting to really kind of see some of those innovations. This kind of example is just on a couple of workloads that I mentioned, the agentic one, the learning one. There's a ton of examples across all workloads, across the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, it all sounds extremely exciting, and all of the different ways in which the ecosystem AI platform can be molded and adapted to various client use cases. Just taking a step back, of course, AI is a hot topic in today's industry, a lot of different buzzwords and topics and focuses around it. In general, where did the pioneering of all this AI, how did that transform Tidwit's organizational direction?
Well, it's a great question because, one of the questions that we get often asked by our customers is, are you just doing other AI that we can kind of do off of a stack? And what differentiates you in Tidwit? And really the main difference is, we're ecosystemizing AI in such a way where organizations can now share AI securely, privately, and in a curated way. Those are key differentiators. Of course, sometimes innovation happens, as you build on top of, I guess, the innovation itself. But sometimes it also happens accidentally. In Tidwit's case, what we were able to do is we were able to essentially build on the ecosystem architecture, which is so unique that allows us to provide, enterprise capabilities to very complex ecosystems to share a lot of workloads. And AI kind of sat on top of that. And that is something very, very different from a lot of the AI initiatives that we see, and actually very complementary to those initiatives. So if there are organizations that have deployed stacks, of AI in order to kind of, vectorize and do everything with their content or with their knowledge to train those, LLMs on what they want to train them on, now we can take that and allow them to share that AI. And that is really where our focus area is with a lot of our customers.
Wow, that's extremely exciting to see the ways in which it is unique and kind of the initiation of this transformation. And I'm definitely excited to learn more as we move forward.
Well, thanks,
Cool.
Harrison. Very excited as well.
All right.
Cool. How's that? How was that?
Do you think we need another take, or did that?
Think?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think sounded conversational, got some good information there, a couple of questions in. So yeah, I would need to see what it looks like edited, but I think in general, a pretty good take.
It's as simple as that. We could do this across the organization. I think if you do this with Tony, you do this with Christoph, takes less than 10, 15 minutes. Boom, you have some product, pass it on to Teresa, tell her to chop it up in 1 or 2 or 3 pieces, and boom, you're good to go.
Perfect. Well, why don't we let John know he can come back in here for the second half of it, and then once he's in, I'll jump out.
Yeah, and if we can even cover some of the same questions or some other questions, and then we can see which one kind of sounds better, and then we could. Okay.
Perfect. Hey, John.
What's going on? How'd it go?
Went pretty well. Yeah, just conversational, kind of back and forth. Yeah, we just covered the first 2, so I guess if you guys are good to cover the rest, I'll jump out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it was very John, just like Harrison said, it's conversational. So you don't have to stick to script. If there's anything I say that kind of generates something, more curiosity that you think that customers, these are typically, less than 1 minute questions that we can cover. So the ideal thing is, do it quick and dirty and see how that goes.
Cool.
Okay.
That works for me.
Cool.
All right.
Let's do it. Thanks, Harrison.
Later.
Awesome.
Take it easy.
Cool. Well, Will, excited about our new ecosystem AI that we're rolling out. I had a couple questions for you though about it.
Thanks for dropping by my Thanks for dropping by my office, John.
You betcha.
Thanks for dropping by my virtual office.
That's funny.
Go for it.
Well, what are some of the common business challenges that Tidwit's ecosystem AI solves for? Like, why are we building this?
Great question. The main, a lot of people are now jumping on AI, and a lot of people are very excited, about AI, and AI brings so much value to our industry as a whole. I think one of the things that organizations are starting to realize is how do you apply AI within an enterprise space? And enterprises are complex ecosystems. What an ecosystem is basically whatever an enterprise needs in order to get its mission accomplished, dealing with its providers, with its partners, with its downstream customers, all that forms an ecosystem. So if you've got an AI, it's not this monolithic, like one big blob of information. You really need to segment the information. You need to curate the information. You need to secure the information. You need to privatize the information. That's where governance and orchestration comes in. And that's really what Tidwit is helping these organizations do within a very complex ecosystem environment.
It's awesome. I guess kind of talk about some of the problems that businesses face. I guess speaking to our ecosystem AI specifically, like what makes it unique? Why is this different than other AIs in the market?
I'll give you an example. Sharing AI. So if somebody builds a stack of AI, right? They are investing in the databases, they're investing in the backends, they're investing in, GPUs, they're investing in the whole stack, and then they deliver an AI. So let's use an example, Ford Motor Company. And they invest all of this money, and now they're ready to launch AI within the organization, right? Okay, first question. The financial guy raises his hand and says, listen, I don't want to share my financial information, the private or secure financial information, with the technical teams of my resellers. How can I carve this out? Everybody starts looking around. They don't really know. Why? Because it's not a one-size-fits-all. AI is all about segmenting, curating information. AI is all about making sure that the knowledge that you're sharing is the knowledge that you want to share, that you are authorized to share, etc. All those are issues that enterprises are starting to face, and they don't really have solutions or easy solutions from the stacks. So they're coming to companies like Tidwit that we can help them not only launch an ecosystem to ingest that knowledge, to help them govern it and orchestrate it, and then distribute it properly and in a secure and private manner. That is what essentially Tidwit is doing to these organizations. And that's why we're so excited about Tidwit AI.
It's great. You had mentioned, this kind of built for enterprises. I guess who is this a best fit for? Are there certain companies or verticals, industries? I guess, like, where do you see Tidwit really resonating well, or Tidwit's ecosystem AI really resonating kind of in the market?
Great question. So the first, kind of beachhead that we've had, and Tidwit has been traditionally very strong in, is technology and telco. But increasingly, we're seeing industry come to us with the same set of problems. We're seeing that from education. We're seeing that from manufacturing. We're seeing that from healthcare, et cetera, because every single one of these industries essentially runs itself in an ecosystemized way. You have a hospital, well, guess what? It needs to connect to the pharmaceuticals. And then the hospital itself needs to enable a whole bunch of downstream, what we call downstream, either doctors or different communities, for them to deliver on the mission of healthcare. The same thing with government. We're seeing it with government, like the 3 tiers of government, that they want to share information, but it's not a one size fits all. Maybe they may want to, kind of like share some kind of information at the federal level or at the state level or at the local level. So again, you have a lot of segmenting orchestration happening within an overall ecosystemized environment. Those are the type of industries that are starting to come to us. But our traditional strong point has been IT, which has very strong channels, as well as telco.
So it sounds like, again, great fit. I mean, again, every company, every business, to at least a certain degree, is an ecosystem. I guess my follow-up question to that would be how customizable is Tidwit's ecosystem AI? Is it a one size fits all, or is it something that can really be made to fit with how a business is currently operating?
Well, that is really the essence of what the strong point of Tidwit's architecture. As you know, John, Tidwit's ecosystem architecture is nodal. So an ecosystem could have a central node, and then you can create sub-nodes with which you're sharing all of this information. Each one of these nodes might share different slices of the knowledge and the data. Managing that, orchestrating that, governing it has always been complex, even before AI. We simplified that before AI. And when AI came, what we did is we did an overlay of AI on top of that knowledge splicing and dicing. So we kind of took the architecture that we had built over the past decade, and we found that, hand in glove for AI. Because what you do is you now have the capabilities to easily curate, easily orchestrate, easily govern, and easily distribute the knowledge on which AI is based. One note I'll say here is that AI is very, very closely coupled with knowledge. Where knowledge flows, AI is on top of it. That's how basically organizations are. If you don't have any knowledge, then AI could just be a pure hallucination. If you couple AI with knowledge and you govern it well, then you have a thumbs up, basically, kind of like orchestration of AI across the entire enterprise and ecosystem.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thanks for letting me ask you a few questions. Hopefully I didn't bother you too much, but this has been great. I'm super excited about it. And yeah, thank you again for your time.
You bet. Feel free to drop by the office anytime, John.
You got it.
All right.
Cool. Well,
Cool.
I think we're.
What do you think? Quick answers, easy.
I thought it was great. I thought you were thorough. Yeah, just even from before I was at Tidwit and I saw some of the videos that you've got online. I think you do a great job presenting and answering questions, and there's definitely an excitement that comes from you that's pretty easy to hitch my wagon to. So yeah, I thought it was great. I threw you a little bit of a curveball outside of the questions that we had provided you, but I thought it was an important distinction to make, and I thought that you nailed it. So
let's do this more often. I mean, you could do it, you know, as I just told Harrison, this is now something that you could just call up Paul, call up Christoph, call up Tony, ask them, just throw them some questions and tell them, listen, we're going to record this. We just need it for, and that's it. You know, drop by the office kind of interviews or whatever it is. And they're very easy to produce. Doesn't take much time. Now this recording will be edited, and boom, you can take kind of like a snippet of it, either have it in one go, or you could splice it in 2 or 3. And then now you have more and more content to share with the community. And then you could start
Perfect.
tagging, you know, AT&T and all of these guys and start generating buzz. I think, you know, Karim had an interesting point a few days ago when he said, listen, you know, we don't have to do these expensive, or not expensive, but these fancy schmancy AI kind of things. I think these kinds of things work just fine. So let's do it.
yeah, no, I think it's perfect. It's a great way to get kind of additional different content that all kind of marches in the same direction. So yeah, this is great. I think this
Awesome.
is really good.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Just wrap it, send it over to Teresa, and she'll help you
She'll do her
guys.
thing.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Sean. Take it easy.
Bye.